Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I'm starting a blank notebook for my art journals. I was using Moleskine, as you know, but it's so expensive. I'm going to try a new regular notebook today. I got it from my local store, and I am going to stick 2-3 pages together to make them sturdy and see how it goes. I was using only like 10-12 pages because it was becoming so bulky, so I thought I could go for a more budget version. I'm covering my pages with gesso to prepare for paint. I'm going to use my dilutions today. This is Postbox Red, and red is definitely not my color, so I'm definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm going for bold colors today. And kind of monochromatic with some little details of other colors. I'm going to use another shade of red. This is from Paper Artsy Claret, because this is more transparent than what I am using now. It won't totally cover what is existing on the page. It will add a nice detail on top. I am now applying both colors at the same time, seeing how it goes, and I will stop when I like the look of it. I think I am happy like this. There is some variation of red. Now I'm going to do some background stamping. This is wood grain background stamp from Prima. It's a little stamp that is useful to have when you want to add some texture on the background. I'm using my black archival ink to stamp this here and there. And I will do some stenciling now to add more details on my page. I'm going to use a paint to do so, not a texture paste. This is a black acrylic paint from Liquitex. It is not very liquid, it's medium weight, I can say. And I'm going to load my sponge with this paint and then dab it through my stencil to create some more interest on the page. Now I have this cityscapes stencil from Crafter's Workshop again. This will be my focal point. Again, I will use the same method. I will use this part that doesn't have details. And I am going to dab my sponge again through the parts that has the shape. While I do that, I can also tell you will find list of supplies I'm using today down below at the description area or in my blog. You will also find close-up pictures of my project in the blog. Since I have all this paint on my table now, I'm going to do also some black splashes. This will be my focal point today. I printed it from the internet, simply wrote bicycle and printed one of the images that I liked. I'm going to cut it. is a little bit detailed, so I'm going to cut the parts that are inside with my craft knife. Then I'm going to color the black parts with my black brush marker from Faber-Castell. I will also go around the edges to get rid of the white edges that I have. Since the inside of the bicycle needs to be transparent, I need to color it to the same color as the background. As you see, the paint is transparent enough not to lose the details of metals. And also I'm giving some shading with the same darker red color. Finally, for the metal parts, I'm using this paint by DecoArt Americana. It's a silver color. Now I'm going to stick it on my page. I'm using matte medium here. After that, I will add some color, just minor, to have some interest on the page. I will use these footprint stamps that I found in my stash. I will use the hand here. I'm trying to give a sort of a graffiti look to the page. I'm using my paint dilutions again to stamp as well. I think it will be more vibrant. Any other ink won't stamp on this dark red color. So that's why I decided to use my paints to stamp. And here's another color by Paper Artsy. I will do the same thing. This is all the color I will give to my page apart from the red look. These colors lifted the page a little bit and they created a nice contrast with my background. This is an alphabet stamp set by Jelly Bean Soup and I'm going to do some embossing with it. I'm covering my page with this anti-static powder tool. It is a little pillow that gives powder to the page for the embossing powder to stick to the ink only, not to the paint that exists on the page. Again, I'm using a blue embossing powder. This is from Stampendos. The words I am using are related to my scenery, of course. Here I wrote journey and now I'm going to write wander, because it's like taking a ride with a bike in the city. I'm going to do the same process, emboss with the same color. And then I wrote a third word, downtown, on the other side of the page. And I did the same process. I'm really happy. It's very well balanced and the colors go very well with the rest of the page, creating a nice contrast. Now I'm going to again make it look like a little bit graffiti on a wall. I'm going to put some eyelets on the four corners of my page. I'm doing a hole on a straight line, of course, that's why I'm measuring. And then I'm going to make four holes with my crocodile and then put these eyelets. This way it will look like a picture on a wall. And now it's time to stamp my sentiment. This way all the page and the scenery will come together. You will see my sentiment is it's not the destination, it's the ride. So that's why I have a bike and all these words written on my page. I'm using two alphabet sets. One is my mini letters from Taucraft and the other is tall letters from Tim Holtz. Now it's time to do some highlights and bring these pictures to the front to make them more visible and separate from the background. That's why I'm going over the borders with my white gel pen for these buildings. As you see, it makes a big difference. Now they become much more visible. I will also give some highlights to my bicycle. In the same way, my sentiment is not so visible as well because the background is so dark. That's why I'm going over the letters with my white gel pen quite a lot. I'm going over them completely actually. This way they will have a black shadow and they will be white. So as you can see, it's much more legible. And finally, I'm going to do some white splashes with my white acrylic ink from Ecoline. And finally, the page is done. I'm quite happy with it. It was a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I think it turned out quite okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. That's how I know you like to watch my videos and I keep doing them. As I said, you will find the list of supplies down below at the description area or in my blog, as well as the close-up pictures. Thanks for watching and see you next time.